Can I cycle to Snowdon 110k and then put my bike on my shoulder, go up the pig track on Snowdon, come back down and cycle back? It's going to be a challenge, but can we get through it? Never feared a storm, only learn to dance in the rain. And that is why we're cycling to Snowdon, walking up with the bike and then coming back on the bike. Let's get it. So I set off with all my gear on and I had my hiking stuff in my hydration pack. I was ready for this challenge. However, this was the same week as my graduation, so I had a heavy 2 days prior to this. So I had plenty of calories to spare. It was a beautiful day of 25 degrees, so everything was in my favour. The route that I chose to go there was over some of the hilliest terrain around. Let's go! So just under an hour in. I feel like I've got a 2-day hangover from graduation, so a bit rough still, but we're going for it. Should be a big day out, very keen for it. Let's get it. First little stop, it is hot today, very hot, so it's going to be even more of a challenge, but it is beautiful cycling in this weather. So I had around 1,500 meters of climbing in the last 80k of the ride. But it was all worth it for the views. As I got deeper into the ride, I realised how much of a challenge I set myself. It's going to be a big day out. Going over North Wales, there were constantly fighter jets practicing manoeuvres over my head, which kept me entertained. Although there was a lot of climbing, there was just as much descents, which made it all worth it, especially as the roads were super clear. Soon I could see Snowdonia National Park, and I started to get really excited, although really nervous as I got closer and realised how big they were getting. Halfway through, I had to help get some cows back in the fields, which add to the adventure. I'm feeling the 2 days out. I am struggling, but the grind doesn't stop. Due to it being 25 degrees plus, I was cooking when I passed through some of these beautiful North Wales towns, having many stops and the shade on the way. Sadly, no time to stop in one of the gorges as I had a mission to complete. Finally, I got to the foot of the mountain after almost 6 hours including stops, but the views just got better and better. I took a little pit stop at the visitor centre to get changed and grab some elite nutrition. Well, we made it. Pretty rough to get here, but pasty, coffee, take this bad boy out and we'll be good. Let's go. Starting off, I straight away realised the route I was aiming for would be very challenging. I elected to go for the pig trail as this had the best views but isn't the easiest to get up. Jesus Christ, what have I got myself into? That's beautiful there, huh? Amazing. I can't wait for that descent. Although we're going that way. That descent will be lovely. Oh, it actually looks beautiful. Amazing. No time to enjoy it. Let's get it. I initially used the top tube to replace the bike on my shoulder, but I quickly realised how much of a bad idea that was. So I opted to use the saddle instead, which really hurt my shoulder. Although there was a lot of rocky climbing, there was also nice smooth path sections, which was kind of like a little resting point. I thought it would smooth out about a quarter way through. It did not. It got very much worse. That first section was really rough. A lot of carrying my bike, but from now on, it looks like it's going to be a bit smoother. Amazing views. I think I'm going to take that one down, and hopefully I can sort of cycle that bit. I'll just take it super slow, just because there's like a fair few people there. But yeah, hopefully I can cycle that because it looks pretty flat. And then if there's any descents, I'll just get off. There's no point like sort of pushing myself, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Fucking tired already. This is gonna be fun. Let's go. Amazing. Wow. There's quite a few rocky sections like this one, truly testing my balance. As I got nearer to the top, I started to feel like more and more this was a really bad idea. About an hour and a half in. Current situation, not bad. There's it's gonna get a bit cold when we get up in the clouds and very windy. So I think that's where it's gonna get really challenging. I know it looks lovely. Incredibly dead, but the grind ain't stopped. Let's go. I'm definitely cycling down. Woo! Techno is out and we're grinding. Stuff's getting spicy. Amazing. Getting more and more pooped. We're near the top, let's go! I was greeted by the glorious sight of the rail track, which meant I was nearly there. Although as I got nearer to the top, I started to mumble to myself about how it's going to be less hilly on the bike home and I'm just going to cruise all the way back home. I'm going to average like a solid 100 watts on the way home. It's okay because I have a tailwind and it'll be less hilly and I'll just cruise home. Just like... I hear noises. I see a train station. That means we must be close. Let's go. It's blowing a hoolie. Plenty of people coming past me as I joined the more touristy route. And I got a few stares and a couple of questions, as well as people stopping to take photos of me.
How much did you cycle?
110k.
Sick. Where from?
Liverpool.
Come on.
And then I'll do it back when we get down.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Good on you.
Have a good one.
Woo! Oh, the watch died. Literally as I got here. Well done.
Man, that is...
Yeah? It's all in.
We made it!
Awesome. Thank you. Now I'm at the top, the hard part is getting down. I was so excited to get down as quickly as possible as I was kind of getting a bit tired. But I had to watch myself on the slippery rocks. As the train went past, I really got some funny looks and the people taking photos as well. Got some very funny looks from that train. Let's go! On the way down, let's go! Let's go! As I got further down, I hit some pretty technical bits and was really sketchy, especially with the blowing wind. But we powered through, wishing for that gravel to come sooner. I didn't get a single scratch on my bike until I put it down when I got to the lake as I went to the toilet. However, when I came back, the wind had blown it over and there was a scuff to the chainstay. Oh well, it adds to the character of the bike. What am I doing? The track down was sort of teasing me with about 100 metres of gravel, some really rocky sections which I had to sort of walk down because there was no chance I was riding that. I needed a mountain bike. Although when it did open up, it just went, oh, it was amazing. It was one of my favourite descents of all time. As I got down, I started passing people that I saw coming up and they started to cheer as I went past. Definitely made me want to start doing gravel riding a bit more, as these sort of adventures are nuts. got down and grabbed some pizza, put on Duolingo to learn a bit of German as I recovered. No time to waste, I got back on the bike and I was moving again. Around this time was when I realised I had made a mistake. I left my underpants at home, which meant all the way there and all the way back on the hike, my ass was chafing. So when I got back on the bike, it was really challenging. I also felt like the bike was a little bit sluggish when I got back on there, but I thought nothing of it. My tyre looked somewhat okay. But the next day when I got back, I checked the tyre pressure and it was 30 psi. So it's alright for gravel, but on roads it's very low. But there was nothing going to stop me from getting this challenge done. On the way home, I opted to go for a bit more of a northern route. This was missing out most of the climbs and it was much easier because it was flat. And I was very thankful for this, as I could only manage about 180 watts. The views were impeccable once again, but it quickly turned to night. I also started to get a bit of gut issues. On the way there, I almost carb loaded for the first couple of hours with 120 grams of carbs in each of my bottles, which my stomach didn't like very much. I got away with it until night fell, and I started to struggle quite a lot. We grinded through the night, pushing through the North Wales, and eventually we got to the Wirral Way, where I encountered some hefty spiders, but finally we got back home.
Look at these little fuckers. I'm fucked.